Droners, what's up? I'm in the void. You see it? It's a void all around me. Welcome to our new office and possibly the new way we do Droner. But either way, I got some interesting stuff for you guys because we're gonna be talking about the future of drones and the things that I've been thinking about, researching, and learning. So let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna start this off with a story and how kind of like I got into the idea of this and started thinking about it. Is I have an uncle, we're just gonna call him Uncle Gary. And Uncle Gary owns like a big agricultural like land where he's growing some form of fruit. And he's been doing it for like years. And he's really funny because he'll just call me every once in a while and say, hey B, I need you to, come and do this drone stuff and do this drone agricultural stuff. And I'm just like, all right, cool. You got money? And he's like, yeah, I got money. And then he just disappeared. But recently he actually gave me a call, was like, no, actually I own this land and we're very serious about it. I'm looking at these different drone websites and all this kind of stuff. What kind of data can you collect? And I just had to come clean. I was like, yo, just for the record, Uncle Gary, I don't really do agricultural drone collection. I've done some surveying with like Drone Deploy, but I'm good with drones, not necessarily good with the drone data you're talking about. And that made me start thinking, it's like drone data. And our producer, Rob, actually found an article about the future of drones and what the real future of drones looks like. A lot of people like to talk about like drone deliveries and things like that. It's like, oh man, I can't wait until Amazon's using drones to deliver, or UPS or whoever. Mercedes-Benz even has a drone that has like a car that has a drone that comes out of the roof and stuff. But that's not really what I would see, or what we've been looking and finding online is saying this is the actual future of what drones are gonna be, or at least the most profitable way drones are gonna look. If you really think about it, data is the biggest thing that drones are gonna be providing us. Data is really where it's at. I mean, if you think about it, there's all the different things we'll be gathering data on. There's security, agricultural, there's communications relay, and there's disaster relief, and it's just a lot. So I mean, even just to go into it a little bit, on the security tip, one thing that I find really interesting is that like right now, drones aren't really used that much for security. There's a couple drone security camera things that work, but drones don't really have the flight time yet to really matter or be relevant. But we know that's gonna change. Drone flight time continuously goes up, technology gets better, the batteries get better. We're gonna have drones that can fly for quite a long time. And for me, that looks like in 5 to 15 years, somewhere in there, we're probably gonna have drones monitoring our cities in some way, shape, or form. It's like there's always an eye in the sky. Like right now, you can claim it's like a satellite, but those aren't able to do what a drone would be able to do. And even so, take it a step further, is saying that, we've had some tragedies where police helicopters have crashed in pursuit of people, and officers are dying, and people are dying because they want to be able to keep in line and follow somebody from the air. You don't have to have a helicopter for that. That can be a drone, and that will be a form of data. And that's just scratching the surface, because if you step it up and talk about like what kind of security, what kind of having those kind of eyes in the skies means for traffic patterns, what that means for security, what that means for just seeing how urban sprawl happens. Imagine having like a time-lapse photo of a city over 10 years from the same spot of a bird's eye view. Like you will learn so much more from a way that we can't learn at all right now. And then even another way that you can look at it is like, we already know construction and inspection is becoming a very big deal. Sorry. Yo, what's up? I'm filming and you're taking forever to get here. Who the was that? If you look at Los Angeles from above right now, first of all, it's an angle you don't get very often. But if you do like a city time lapse over a long period of time, you'll be able to see the data, like you'll be able to see the space and how urban sprawl is happening. For example, like right now, Los Angeles is managed by a bunch of smaller municipalities. There's Glendale, there's Burbank, there's the city of Los Angeles, there's Compton, there's all these different places that are giving out building permits. And then you'll be able to see what is happening, or the places that are being built, the places that are coming down. You'll just be able to see urban sprawl and how it's happening organically. Whereas now it's just like we kind of have to just pull data from different areas and like, well, we believe this area has grown this much, this area has done that. But from a drone, it's just like, no, you can see it. Like this is what's happening. This area is getting more rainfall than that area. Water is flowing this way and this way, or whatever. Just how the landscape is being molded, which can really have a big effect on urban planning. So another thing that I found really interesting is that there's actually going to be drones monitoring equipment. So like in construction equipment, or like building equipment, or any kind of equipment, like they're already doing inspections on bridges and infrastructure. But having data that can be collected on how things are like holding up over time, and having drones just go around and survey stuff and be able to identify those areas of problems without us having to do anything, it's going to be a big deal. And we're going to be able to have those systems. drones. Like autonomous flying drones that can identify problem areas and problem things are something that's going to be a huge effect in not only how we build things, not only how we maintain things, but just how we interact with our environment around us at all. Like it's gonna be everywhere. And then disaster relief. Right now, drones are like a huge hindrance to the idea of disaster relief. You think about wildfires and things like that, drones have grounded helicopters and airplanes trying to drop water on it. But if you look at it in the other way, when there's a mudslide, when there's a hurricane, when there's a tornado, what's the quickest way to assess how to be able to help those who need it the most the quickest? You know, the most efficient and quickest way to do that right now would be with a drone. You put a drone up and now you'll be able to see, it's like, oh, the power is out here, there's a gas line out over here, or the water mains have been ruined over here, or there's a septic link here. Like you will be able to go and apply the resources of our municipalities, of our emergency responders in the most efficient way versus having to guess or have to spend so much money to get a helicopter to go up there and see, or an airplane. So Bernard Hudson wrote an article about the future of drones, something that I found really interesting. What he said is that the people who are actually going to be making the most money from drones are not going to be the people who fly them at all. They don't know how to operate them, they don't know how to do anything. These are going to be the entrepreneurs who learn how to aggregate and sell data from drones. Like let it be the infrastructure data, let it be the traffic pattern data, let it be the agricultural data, let it be the security data, let it just be cameras. You know, whatever it is, it's going to, that data, there's going to have to be aggregators, and entrepreneurs are going to learn how to package, sell, and resell all that. And those are the people who are probably going to end up making the most money because they're going to be the ones figuring out the use for all this data that we're going to be able to get from drones. And that's where the real money in drones will be in the future, which to me is super interesting. And even on top of that, it's already actually happening. Right now, DJI just announced that they are going to be selling 1,000 drones to the Komatsu company, which is a giant construction company, and they're selling them 1,000 Matrice 100s, which are like the super, like a platform of a drone that's like super customizable. They're like $3,500 without the GPS model in them. So you're looking at $4,500 minimum, probably the way they're doing it, $6-7 grand each, and 1,000 of them. 1,000 of them. And what they're gonna be doing with them is a myriad of like just different construction stuff, like gathering data. They see the value. They're one of the biggest construction companies in the world, and they see the value in right now investing in 1,000 drones because they know that it's gonna make them money long term. They know they're gonna be able to survey all their construction sites. They know they're gonna be able to monitor what's going on. And they just know, honestly, more than what I do right now because I'm still trying to imagine what it is they're gonna be doing with all that. But I'm really eager to see that because it seems like the future is happening now. And DJI is on it. You know, right now 80% of what their business is consumer drones, like the ones that I have. But 20% is commercial, and it looks like they're trying to expand on it. So I'll keep my eye on it. But either way, you should be keeping your eye on the future and what you want to be doing with drones if you're into them. Droners, thank you for checking out this futuristic drone episode. If you want to see more drone stuff episodes, we got them. Or if you want to see the greatest drone intro video that's ever been done, we got it up here. As always, make sure you show your support by going ahead and subscribing to us because we got lots of drone stuff and you got to let us know you like it. And as always, make sure you stay fly.